What up, y'all? Welcome back to Fight Talk with me, Jimmy Dukes, covering CFC 4 coming up. Today we are joined by 9 Lives, Delesalle, with the accent, right? With the accent.
Sir.
I appreciate you taking the time, man. We had some difficulties, man, and I appreciate you taking the time and catching up with me. I know we got an event coming up next weekend for you. How you
Sir.
been? How you been feeling recently, brother?
Honestly, man, I'm in a really great space. I mean, I don't think if unless you've forgotten the last time you guys saw me was running out of the cage at CFC 3. So a lot better state mentally now. I'm ready to go out there, have like the best performance of my career. So yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. And I know that you talked about that, and I always like to kind of let people know that a lot of there's a highs and highs and the highs and lows. You're on a rough patch right now, unfortunately. Looking back at these last two fights, what do you think went wrong, and what did you take away from those performances?
I mean, I honestly had to do a lot of reflecting off of my last fights because I mean, there's when you get finished 2 times in a row, I had a kind of a thought with myself is like, do I still fucking want to do this? Like, am I good enough to still do this? And then I just kind of had to remind myself like where I come from and shit, man. When I got into this game a long time ago, I don't know what it was, probably 4 or 5 years ago, man. My expectations was I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to try to add some value to my life and do better things than what I was currently doing. That was it. I didn't care about winning. I didn't care about losing. I didn't care about how I won. I just wanted to have a better life than what I currently have. And when that was my mentality, I was winning. I was training hard. I was probably training harder than than I ever have been at any point in my life because I had this drive and this want that truly came fully from inside of me to want to succeed. After you start winning a couple fights, people start getting in your ear. You start having sponsors hit you up. You start having promotions hit you up, telling you all this stuff. Hey man, you're the future. Hey man, you're great. Hey man, I want you to do this kind of stuff. I'm not really someone that listens a whole lot to the outside noise, but it did affect me in the sense where I was like, people don't want to see me fight. People want to see me knock people out. They're not here just to see me win. They're not here to support me. They're here to see me knock people out. And if I'm not knocking people out, then I'm wasting their time. And I started building this weird narrative in my head where I only have fans because of my knockouts. I only have fans if I win in a minute. I only have and I started creating these crazy false narratives. And if you go watch my last 2 fights, you can almost see the anxiety in how I'm fighting and just desperately trying to get a finish the entire fight, even when I'm winning. It's like, and that's never how I fought. That's never what got me wins to begin with. What got me wins was just doing what my coaches said, believing in myself, following the plan. And when I fought the way I fight, people were getting knocked out.
Yeah,
When I started trying to knock people out,
yeah,
nobody got fucking knocked
yeah.
out anymore. And it's like it's the weirdest thing. So I mean, those last 2 fights just really helped me realize one, I'm not a short notice fighter, man. That's just not mentally. I need that time to lock in. Outside of fighting, I love fighting. I fight all the time, but outside of fighting, I don't wake up every day just wanting to hurt people. Like,
Yeah,
I don't wake up every day just wanting to fuck people up. You
yeah,
hit me up and go, hey, you want to fight in 3 weeks? There's a good chance I fucking don't want to fight in 3 weeks.
yeah,
Honestly, depending on how I'm feeling that morning. And I did because my coaches really believed in some of those fights and other people really wanted me to take those fights. So I did. But this fight I took for me, I hit Carlos up. I told Carlos, I want you to find me a fight for CFC. I want to get a full 10-week camp for this fight. And I promise you, if you give me that, I will show up in the best version of 9 Lives that exists. And
yeah,
that's all I can ask. I can't give you guys my best when I pull up on 3 weeks.
yeah.
And that's just the reality of the situation. So I think understanding a little bit about me as a fighter, I learned that with those short notice fights. And yeah, no, I'm just ready to get back and show my best performance, man.
Yeah, man, I love it. And one thing we've kind of spoke about this too before we're recording is just the highs and the highs and the lows. I mean, you went on a 3 fight win streak. Then you took one fight on short notice, and you're like, okay, I'll take another fight on short notice. Then you found out real quick about how just much more there is into the game other than everybody just telling you pat on the backs. And I always tell people I'm fortunate enough to be like the in between. I get to see a lot of things that people don't know, or I get to hear things and talk to you guys and get to know you guys and girls that put a lot of sacrifice and time to be in the sport, let alone an amateur. You know what I mean? You guys aren't really getting paid for this, and for the fact of you to open up and be so honest about, like, hey man, like, it didn't go my way and it crushed me, but it made you better. But you did
Well,
learn
that's
about, yeah, you learned about yourself, right? Kind of going through the fire.
and I remember I saw you talking about the fight where you said, I want to say that Nico running out was not disrespect towards his opponent. It was
Yeah,
more, and that's what I wanted. Like you hit the nail right on the head, man.
yeah.
Like I literally, that's what people don't see. And I'll just be brutally honest with you guys. I literally ran out of that cage, ran back, and started just sobbing to my two roommates who were both backstage for Javier, who, ended up losing the main event. His big brother and that other guy, Mario, those were my two roommates for about 2 years when I started fighting. They saw me get sober. They saw me really come a long way in my life, like a really long way. I ran back there and I just hugged Mario and I was like, I don't suck, right? I'm still good, right, Mario? And he's like, bro, we're so fucking proud of you for where you're at now versus where we know you're from, man. And he's like, dude, like the pain you're gonna feel is real, and we're not gonna tell you to like don't cry or don't not cry, whatever. Because dude, we cry when we lose. This shit hurts, but no, bro, like the fact that this is what you're even crying about today. You're not crying because you overdosed and you're in some fucking hospital bed. You're not crying because you've lost your job again and your family won't speak. You're crying because you did something you loved, you tried your best, and you fell short, and that
Hmm.
happens in life. And it's like, yeah, man, it hurts, it burns. I mean, it stings. Like, dude, I was back there on the phone with my dad for probably 30 plus minutes right after the fight happened, just trying to understand how I lost. Like, I'm like, Dad, I don't get it. Dad, I trained so hard. I did everything. Like, I like what did I do wrong? And it's just, and in the moment, there's really nothing anyone can say to make shit better. But then
Yeah,
a week later, felt a little better. 2 weeks later, felt a little better. 3 weeks later, I got matched up with another fight. I started having a new goal, a new focus to put my energy in. And then you just move forward. I mean, my coach Jerome Rivera, I don't know if you know him. He made it to the UFC and this is in no way a disrespect or anything. He lost his 4 fights in the UFC when he made it to the UFC. And that's brutal. But then I look at him and how he carries himself as a man and in life and as a coach, and he didn't let those losses define
yeah,
him.
yeah,
He got right back to what he did, training, coaching, helping me become a fighter. And he used those losses to then coach me to make me better, to make
yeah.
everyone else better. And that's what I realized. We're gonna win, we're gonna lose. That's just part of life. It's what do we do with those lessons and how do we grow from them?
Yeah, I like how you say that in life. A lot of people get so caught up in just the task at hand and the fight game, but there's more beyond the just the fight game is this amount. And then on the outside, I'm glad and I appreciate you talking about that, because a lot of people don't understand, and athletes in general, not even athletes, just people in the world, that things aren't going their way and they can keep getting tumbling down. And it's cliche, keep getting back up, but being around those type of people who get beat up and get beat up and get down, having those type of people around you, I think, is great, because it makes you a better person, to hopefully that you can pass that on to other people. Be like, hey man, I've been at the highest of highs and lowest of lows, and I've been fortunate to keep moving forward because all the love and support that you have. But with all that being said, I know that it's crushing and all that, but I know it's made you better. So let's
Oh
how do you feel like heading into this one? I mean, you got a full training camp. You know what I mean? You always look like a world beater. A lot of people are like, your frame, like the way you, like, you're legit, dude. But the fact that that you're like you got in your own way, but now that seems like it's not a deal anymore. So let's talk about how training camp is going now and how you feeling knowing that hey, I'm ready to go full camp. I'm getting my ass kicked by my teammates. I'm kicking their ass, and I'm ready to go for CFC 4.
Yes. Okay. No, yeah. I'm feeling honestly, man, like the best I've ever felt in my life for this training camp. I mean, I got a full 10 weeks in, no serious injuries. I mean, as I was kind of telling you earlier, I mean, I'm not going to mention names or anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I've been catch I've been catching and submitting people in my camps that I've literally never even submitted once in my entire life. So that's got to be a pretty good indication that things are coming together. And what I just keep reminding myself is I wasn't losing those last two fights. I won 9 minutes and 8 seconds of the 9 minutes and
yeah,
15 seconds of my last two fights, and somehow have two L's on my record for it. So I need to remind myself that the
yeah.
skill is there. I just need to believe in myself and just get back to doing what I did when I was winning, which is believing in the process and just blocking out
Yeah,
that
man.
external
And
noise.
that's one thing that I'm learning being around, combat sports athletes is like the process, going through the process and not getting so caught up because you can get ahead of yourself. But I started noticing when fighters start like turning the corner, as far as like getting better as just mentally and everything like that with themselves. They talk about that kind of stuff because you get so far ahead of yourself, kind of how you were saying, how everybody's telling you how great you are and everything. And then you look back at it, I'm like, man, if I would have just chilled the hell out, I could have just kept punching them and not got armed or I could have kept doing this and not lost. So the fact that you can kind of reflect on it, obviously it's easy to say, well, if I would have done this, if I would have done that, but you actually knew what it was, and the fact that you went back and you turned everything you needed to do to fix those, it seems like you're in a good place. And the fact that you talk about your coaches and going through the process and being in a good state of mind, because that's one of the biggest things. You can be a world beater, but if you're not mentally like in a sound spot and having the right people around you, I mean, it can totally crush you, and it doesn't matter how talented you are, right?
Well, no, I mean that's exactly it, man. I mean, I you can have all of the tools, all of the skills, but if you're not mentally locked in and in a good place, it's not going to come
Yeah,
together. I mean, that I think just from the fact the way I was going into those fights, so desperate to get a finish, kind of got me finished because I
yeah,
was creating this chaotic. Where I was talking, I mean, I remember one point with my coach. We're in the fight. He's calling Darce, and I'm sitting there, and I'm literally for the life of me, I'm like, this, I mean, this, no, okay, that's not a Darce. This arm, no, okay, that's not a fight. And like, if I had just been rolling, if I had a full camp and stuff, I know for a fact I would have hit that fucking Darce right away. I've
yeah.
been hitting it. I've been
The
hitting it
muscle
all
memory,
camp.
the
The
muscle
muscle
memory.
memory, and literally because I was like, oh shit, I don't think I've thrown a Darce
Yeah,
up in about 2.5, 3 months. I was like, hey, yo, coach, Darce is it true
yeah,
arm or bottom? Like literally,
yeah.
like in the fight, and that's not where you want to be
Hmm.
asking your coach which is the right choke arm, in the
Yeah,
fight while he's calling for the choke. So it's like I don't know, man. And I mean, I guess going off of that too, I got unbanned for that last fight when I got submitted. My jujitsu gym hit me up and they're like, "Okay, it's time to come back and get some
yeah,
work in, man. We don't want you
yeah,
getting submitted like that again." I was like, "All right, thank you guys. Like, I'm sorry on my end for
yeah.
having said some dumb stuff to get kicked out initially, but let's get back to work so I never get armbarred again, man."
Yeah, I know. And you were like, and then all credit to Mike, you know what I mean? But you were literally on top the whole time. And when you made a mistake, he made you pay. And I feel like that's how you learn from there. But I'm excited for you to get back in there on a full camp. I know you were
Oh
talking
yeah.
about all the different people you've been working with, and you've been honest. I love, having people understand that you guys aren't machines. You guys are people as well, and going through stuff outside the fight game that you got to deal with mentally, financially, and things like that. But it seems like you're in a good place. But do you feel any pressure to perform, or are you just gonna go out there and just do what you're supposed to do?
You want an honest answer?
Hey, man, I just want you to be you, man. I want you to give me your answer, brother.
Of course. I mean, like, I can pretend like and say, hey, there's no pressure. Like, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to smoke this dude. I'm going to beat his ass. But that's fucking bullshit, man. I'm coming
Yeah,
off two losses. Like, I feel a lot of pressure to get this win. I mean, it doesn't change anything. I mean, if
yeah,
anything, it's made me train harder. Like, I don't,
mm-hmm.
I don't, I don't, I don't let nerves affect performances or any
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff. So even though the feelings are there, yeah, I'm fucking anxious. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a real talk with my coach. I'm like, man, if I lose 3 fights in a row, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like I never even thought, like there was a point I never thought I'd win a fight, and then there's a point I never thought I'd lose a fight, and now it's like I've won 3 in a row. I could lose 3 in a row, and it's like it's such a crazy
Yeah.
fucking thing. It's like getting my head just more level on the what I do going into the fight. It's like, yeah, I'm anxious, man, but I know without a shadow of a doubt I have put in the work this camp. And I can honestly say I didn't do that those last 2 camps just
Nice.
because they were short notice. And it's like I get nervous. I'll be like, literally last night I'm laying in bed. I'm like, fuck, man, like one more week, one more week. And then I just started smiling. I started getting happy. I'm like, what else the fuck could you have done in this camp, Nico? You've
Yeah.
literally pushed your body to the limit. Your cardio is great. Your striking's on point. Your wrestling's on point. Your jujitsu's on point. I'm like, whatever happens, man, happens. But
Yeah.
this is the best version of you that you could have put out there in a 10-week time frame.
Let's go, man. I love the honesty, man, and I look forward to you seeing out there. I'll be at the weigh-ins, man. Before we get out of here, bro, you want to shout anybody out, any sponsors, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I want to give a couple shout outs to Jerome Rivera. That's my he holds my pads. He lives out here in Santa Fe with me. He's not really like a coach at a Borg MMA. He's more of like my best friend slash my original coach. So I don't always post him a whole lot because I normally just tag Borg MMA when I'm kind of throwing up my post. But I always want to give Jerome a shout out. I mean, when I got kicked out of Gracie, that guy was literally in my apartment with me holding pads for the 3 weeks leading up to my fight with Sterling. I mean, literally with his daughter sitting on the couch holding pads for me. I mean, that you can't ask for someone to give more to you than that. So I love you, bro. Thank you for all you've done. Obviously, I want to shout out Ray Borg for running, like, in my opinion, the best team in New Mexico. So, I mean, actually, fuck, the best team in the world. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I think Ray Borg does that. And then also my best friend Ian Varela. He's coming out there to. I think he's gonna take that title. If I'm being completely honest, I mean, I ride with my boys 100%. I love you guys out there in El Paso, but at the end of the day, I love my teammates, my family. So I'm
Yeah.
always gonna ride with those boys first. So I want to give a shout out to Ian. This has been a really good fucking camp, bro. I'm pumped to go into battle with you. And then shout out to Sergio Gutierrez as well. He's going to be fighting for the amateur flyweight belt. That's another one of my homies. And like, I just got to say, man, why the fuck you always got to hit me so hard in sparring? I weigh 50 pounds more than you. No, dude, I weigh 50 pounds more than this kid. And he literally will come out and crack me so fucking hard in sparring to the point where I'm like, I don't want to hit a dude I weigh 50 pounds more as hard as I can, but I think I'm about to have to because Sergio, you hit so fucking hard, man. So, nah, thank you, boys. I appreciate
Hell yeah.
Sergio and Ian. Hella, bro. They got me ready for this camp. Fight Bros, you guys are a great sponsor. You guys threw me a little money and they said they were going to help me out with my IV after. So, really appreciate you
Hell
guys.
yeah.
And then my dad, Mark, as always, Dad, I love you. You literally I couldn't fight without you. You provide so much for me in my life and everything. So I love you, Dad. Thank you so much for letting me follow my dreams, man.
Hell yeah, man. I love that, man. It takes a village, and I always like to make sure that there's a lot of people in the back that don't get that shine, and I love hearing stuff like that. It just, there's a lot of things going on that people don't understand, and, those people that to get a little bit of their flowers, it's freaking awesome. But July 5th, CFC 4, the return of 9 Lives. I'm excited, man. You're always a crowd favorite, win or lose, brother. And I appreciate you being open with us and letting everybody know who you are as a person, not just a fighter, man. And I wish you the best in this last week.
Hey, big shout out to you specifically, man. I know
Thank you, brother.
there's not a lot of people that really take the time and energy to get this invested in the local like MMA scene, man. And
Hell
it's
yeah, man. Thank
like
you, bro.
I really appreciate you just giving me a platform to tell my story and talk, like
Yeah, man.
without you guys, we're literally just a bunch of fucking half naked savages in a cage fucking throwing punches at each other. So I seriously appreciate you
Oh,
guys
man.
showing the more human side of
Yeah,
us,
man,
man.
for sure.
Cause like, no, we're people, you're people, we're all people at the end of the day. And it's like outside of me screaming about cats and fucking fighting, like there's a lot more to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to 9 Lives than just cats and fighting.
Yeah, man. I
So
love it,
thank
man.
you, brother.
Thank you for your time as well, man. But you guys make sure you guys keep up. 9 Lives will be fighting July 5th,
It's
CFC 4, the return. Oh, we got the Is that new?
Fuck yeah, baby. That's just for this fight.
Let's go! You guys see her first. Let's go.
I got
That's
that just for you guys out in El Paso, bringing the
Let,
Kung Fu Kitty tattoo. Let's go, baby.
let's go, man. But I look forward to seeing you, man. I'll see you at the weigh-ins, brother. But until next time, peace out. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure you guys keep up Fight Talk with Jimmy Dukes on the YouTube channel. We're talking to all different type of athletes, combat sports in the Southwest. Until next time, peace out, guys. Y'all take care.
Later,
Hey,
boys. Fuck yeah.
good shit, man. Thank you so much, bro.